Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout. This is page kit 19. I've kind of went out of order. I kind of picked a page kit that I felt like working with and I knew exactly what pictures I was going to use, and I printed the pictures on my Canon Selfie, and I used the Pick Frame app, and I chose 4 little pictures because I didn't have one nice picture, because this is of my son getting his driver's license, and he's a typical teenage boy. He doesn't want me to take his picture, so it was just little snippets. The first one to the top left corner is actually in the car. When he arrived back, he was getting his answer whether he got his license or not. Then the next picture, I took a little snapshot of Service New Brunswick. That's where, they have to go and get their license. And then I took a picture of him waiting for her to print off his license and give him, the paper saying that he had passed. And then it was, we had gone to Michael's after, and he was walking towards me. And that was the best picture I could get. And it's not even a close-up. It's quite far. But at least I got some kind of pictures of the day that he got his driver's license. Now, a lot of these pattern papers are from my favorite paper collection of all time. It's a This and That collection. It is from, I think, 2012 or something like that, but it's still one of my favorite collections for a boy. And so I'm going to use that, and that I had kind of put it together when I was putting my paper kit. I'm going to mount the pictures on some brown cardstock, and again, I put it in the center of the cardstock because I want to use the rest of it to mount a full layout. Now I do that, yes, it does save cardstock, but if you've been following me for a while and if you saw my scrap room tour, I have so much cardstock. I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for, I think it was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 6 years. So I have a ton of cardstock that I still need to use, and it's still good. Some of it, because in my old house, it was close to a window, so some of it on the edges, it kind of lost a little bit of the color, but it's not too bad. It's still very usable. Most of it, it's stack of it, so the stuff on the bottom didn't even get a tinge of change of color or anything like that. But my biggest thing is, the reason I cut in the center is I can't stand having a ton of scraps. I don't like having a bunch of scraps of whether it's cardstock or pattern papers. And that's why when I do these, page kits and stuff, by the time I finish with everything, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make some more page kits with those, because I don't like to put these, little bit of pattern papers unused into my stash. For example, the polka dot paper, I cut 2 strips of about 1 inch each. So there's 10 inches left of that other pattern paper that needs to be used. Out of that 6x6, I could have just put it exactly how it is and wasted about 2 inches of each of the small, the 6x6, but I don't like wasting either. So I am going to cut down about 2 inches, and especially that lined paper, because I love using that for journaling paper. But before I put all that away again into, a drawer or something, or a file folder, or, wherever I'm going to put my scrap pieces of pattern papers and cardstock, I'm going to make more page kits. So at the beginning, that I've put 36 page kits together, and at this point I have put 13 of those page kits together. So in the next, week or so, you're going to see the others that I have put together at home. And I decided to bring my tripod. Hopefully the lighting will be okay, and but at least I'll film the pages that I get done at the crop. I spent a lot of today trying to get at least 100 gigs on my computer, and then I have about 100 gigs on my phone. About 75 gigs on my phone, but I have a few other things to delete, so I should be close to 100 gigs on my phone too. So between the two, I'm going to have about 200 gigs of storage so that as I'm filming these, I'll have somewhere to put it so that I can hopefully film all 20. Hopefully I get 25 pages done. So when this video goes up, it'll be the day that I'm going to the crop. So I'll probably upload it or make it available on YouTube just as I'm walking out the door. So I'm actually on the way to my crop right now, or at my friend's house, just packing up the little bit that is left to pack up, and then we are going to be on the road first thing in the morning. She said she wanted to leave between 9 and 10, and then we'll probably grab a coffee, drive there, have everything set up, then we're going to go for lunch, and we usually end up going to Costco or something, because everybody brings treats to put on a table. We have a treat table, and usually I just get mine when we go there and go to Costco, and so we'll go get that, have lunch, and then finish getting the room ready for her crop. And then probably around, 4 or 5 or something, or 6, we are going to start cropping, and I can't wait. And this time, the last few crops that I went to, I was in bed. One night I was in bed at 10 o'clock. I am not going to bed at 10 o'clock this time. I'm going to be staying up, and I'm going to be cropping late, and I'm going to be cropping all day. My goal is to get as many of those 25 kits done. And then when I come back, I'll do a video to show you everything that I got done. But where I'm planning to film everything, you'll kind of see a sneak peek of all the layouts, and then I'm going to film or show every page that I get done when I get back. It'll probably take a few weeks to show you all the videos, because at 3 a week, if I get 25 done, I should be good for a good 2 months of videos. So that's exciting too, because it'll get me so that I'm actually, ahead. And but anyway, for this layout, like I said, the 2 6x6, I cut it down to about 4 inches. I tucked it in behind. I left the craft one at 6x6, and then I mounted the photo on that. And then there was like a bullseye little square sticker, and I thought that was perfect because it was kind of a goal, to the bullseye was to get his driver's license. So he got it done. We got him to go and take his driver's ed. So he had to go and, take his 11 hours of the driving. So that was kind of a chore this summer to get all that done, but we got it done. And then on August 29th, he got his license, and he was super happy. He didn't act like he was happy to go get his license, and that's what the journaling is about. But in the end, now he's happy he's got it. We're happy he has his license, although we always forget that he does. But it's a good thing. Like it's something that you need, especially where we live. We're in the country, so there's no buses that he can take or anything like that. So, when eventually, like right now, he's going to school, and he's going with my husband because his school is literally down the street from where my husband works, which is amazing. But so that actually works out really good. But eventually he's going to need a vehicle and to get to work and stuff. Now I know I had put some of my title on some wax paper, and when I did the voiceover for the page kits, I had noticed that I had spelled license wrong and it's still spelt wrong, but I'm going to fix it. And when I look at my tiny stickers, when you see me looking for them soon, I don't have an S, so I'm going to have to find some different letter stickers and and get that spelled out. Another thing I did was I did another one of those horizontal layouts, but by changing it up just a little bit, it really makes it look very different. So if you go back and look at my layout that I did for Soaping 101, I talk about starting to soap. I did a vertical layout like that, but instead of one picture, I had done 3 4x4 blocks across the layout. And then when I put the border, I had right here, I'm going to put it where it divides the 2 pattern papers on the top and the bottom. In that other layout, I had put it sort of in the middle of that top strip. And just by making those little changes, it really changes the whole layout. So you can, use the same sort of type of layout, but really make it look like it's a new one. And that's what I like about scrapbooking, is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time. Just take a design that you really like and just change it up a little bit, and boom, you got yourself a new layout that looks different. And like I mentioned before, the fact that sometimes these pages will not be in the same album, but the fact that I just totally use some different papers is going to make it look totally different. And like I said, the other ones, the pictures there's 3 pictures, and it's 3 pictures that go across, and this one there's only 1. And then I took one of the 6x6 and sort of made it sort of like the star of the layout. It kind of overlays all the other pattern papers, so it makes it stand out compared to all the other pattern papers. And then that way you put the 2 layouts side by side, and they look different, and I didn't have to reinvent the wheel again and again and again. So sometimes when I feel like I am in a scrapping slum, or I just don't have any mojo or anything like that, I'll kind of scrap with myself and just do a little something different. And you can be guaranteed that this weekend, when I start scrapping, and you scrap for hours and hours and hours and hours on end, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be thinking of some recent layouts that I have done, and think of a design that I really like, different papers. I'm going to change it up a little bit and get another layout done. And I'm so excited that I have all my journaling done for all my layouts. So when I sit down and I actually start a layout, I'm going to get it finished. It's going to be from start to finish. It's going to be done. But I have to say, even this layout right here, it's all journaled. It's all ready to go. And when I get back from my crop, that's another thing that I have to get back to, is I need to make sure that I start journaling on some of the pages that I finished over the year that doesn't have the journaling. Okay, so I want to apologize. The last 2-3 minutes, I'm cooking supper, real life people, and my fan was on, and I forgot that it was on. And I know you can probably hear that in the background, but it's only for a couple of minutes, and then I realized, and then I turned it off again. And I'm going to finish this voiceover. I need to get it done so I can upload it and put it on YouTube so that it's there for Friday while I'm going away to my crop. Okay, so now we're 24 hours later, and now I'm leaving in the morning, so I need to get this done so I can get it uploaded. But the last little things that I added to this layout was some enamel dots in brown. And then this is where I noticed that I cannot find an S in that other letter sticker. I was totally out. And so I'm just went through my stash and found some Simple Stories stickers and spelt out the word license. And then I'm going to use the original stickers and put drivers right over top. And then I believe then I take that sticker that says hello, and then I put hello driver's license. And that's going to be one of my titles, I guess. I have quite a few titles and subtitles for this layout. I have driver's license, I have I did it, and then I also have the month, August 2017. And yes, like I said, I am going to be doing the journaling right away for this layout. And this was such a fun layout to make. And at the time when this collection came out, I had bought one collection and I loved it so much. I ended up buying 2 more of the same collections. And I can tell you, I don't have a lot of 12 by 12 left. Now, I had bought 2 6 by 6 and I noticed that I found one of the 6 by 6 that wasn't even used. So I was so happy. So you'll probably be seeing me using that collection some more. And I just love it. It's just so boyish and I just love all the colors. So for the last bit of this, I did add some spray mist in 3 of the spots where my embellishment clusters are. I'm also going to add some enamel dots just around the picture, just to add a little bit more focus around the picture. And one of the enamel dots, the backing came off of it, so I just added some wet glue. And that's it. That's gonna oh no, I guess I'm going to, that's right, I did my journaling, so the journaling is all done. And at the end of this video, you're going to see some close-ups of all the embellishment clusters. And now that's it. The page is done. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up. And we will talk to you on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.